Picture this. 7:14 on a Wednesday morning. Before the school drop-off, before the second cup of coffee, a marketing director named Maya sits in her parking lot and opens her banking app. She moves exactly $50. Not $55, not whatever's left, $50. She's done this every single payday for 14 months. Same time, same amount, same silence. She has never mentioned it to a single coworker. Here's the part that should catch your attention. Maya earns $98,000 a year. 6 figures. Doing great on paper. And by the 27th of most months, after the mortgage, the leased SUV, daycare, and a stack of subscriptions nobody quite remembers signing up for, she has exactly $46 of real breathing room left in checking. And she is currently 3 full months of survival ahead of her own life. On her way to a year. $50. There's a specific teachable rule hiding inside that number. 3 moves, and by the end of this video, you'll have all of them. But sit with the mystery for a minute first, because the reason this rule works has almost nothing to do with the math. And if I hand you the mechanics before you
Here's the part that should genuinely bother you. Almost every piece of savings advice in existence was written for someone with leftovers. Save 20% of your income. 20% of what exactly? Once the mortgage, the car payment, daycare, and the subscriptions have already spoken, 20% of a paycheck that's already spent is just zero with a motivational graphic on top. And here's the part nobody says out loud about high earners specifically. A bigger paycheck doesn't create leftovers automatically. It creates room. And lifestyle creep is a much faster mover into that room than good intentions ever are. That's the entire high earner not rich yet trap in one sentence. Maya had tried the percentage plan twice before. Save $1,000 a month, the number her favorite finance podcast recommended for someone at her income. Both times, one rough month broke the streak, and stopping felt like failure instead of what it actually was, a plan that was never built for how a real paycheck moves. The break came from her Uncle Sal, who laid tile for 31 years. Kitchens, lobbies, one hotel pool he never stopped bringing up at holidays. She once asked him how he stood working on floors that took months to finish. He looked at her like she'd asked something strange. "I've never laid a floor in my life," he said. "I lay the next tile." He didn't think about the lobby. The lobby wasn't his business. His business was...
Maya went home that night and asked herself the question that built everything you're about to learn. What is my tile? A brick is $50, and a brick is the only unit your emergency fund is allowed to exist in. Not a year of savings, not $30,000 sitting out there like a mountain you haven't started climbing. Maya sat down and found her real survival number, the stripped, honest one. Mortgage, utilities, groceries, insurance, minimum transport. Nothing else. It came to $2,500 a month. A year of survival? $30,000. She divided that by $50 exactly once. 600 bricks. Wrote the number down and never looked at it again. Here's why the giant number gets buried instead of framed on the wall. A behavioral economist named Richard Thaler spent a career proving that our brains don't treat money as one pool. We sort it into mental accounts, and we treat huge, distant goals completely differently than small, present actions. The giant number doesn't motivate you. It votes against you. Every month you look up at $30,000 from $2,600, and the gap does all the talking. Big goals rarely die of bad math. They die of the view. A brick has no view. A brick is just $50. From the day she found her number, Maya's entire savings life became one automated move. Every other Friday at 7:14 a.m., before coffee, before feelings, before the month could object, one brick, $50, moved automatically. This is the rule most high earners get backwards. They treat saving as a decision they need to make correctly 26 times a year. Maya made the decision exactly once, the day she set up the standing transfer, and then removed herself from the process entirely. Willpower is a finite resource that's usually spent by Friday afternoon. A standing transfer has never once had a bad week, a stressful client call, or a moment of "I'll catch up next check." The heartbeat doesn't need motivation. It just needs to already be running before you wake up. Maya canceled a meal kit subscription she'd been meaning to cancel for months. $89 a month. Converted into bricks the same day it landed back in her account. Her tax refund arrived, $1,140. Here's the warning researchers have documented for exactly this moment. Windfalls get mentally sorted into a fun money account and evaporate at roughly double the normal spending speed. Maya's answer was a 24-hour capture window. Within 1 day, that refund became 22 bricks, laid, counted, and gone from temptation's reach before her brain could reclassify it. A freelance side project covering a slow month, 3 bricks. An insurance overpayment nobody expects, 1 brick with change left over for something fun. The conversion is how a $50 habit ends up building at a $300 a month pace without a single extra decision. This is the strange one, and it's the rule that saves the whole system in month 5. Under the $50 rule, you are never allowed to make a savings decision bigger than $50. Ever. Not, let me put in $400 this month, I'm feeling ambitious. Here's why that ambition is dangerous instead of admirable. The same energy that puts $400 in on a great month is exactly the energy that quits entirely on a bad one. The ceiling keeps the plan boring, and boring is the entire point. You lay a brick or you lay a few bricks, one decision at a time, every time the same size. Nothing about a system that never changes shape gives your motivation a reason to collapse. Month 11. Maya's brakes went. The real thing. The grinding sound, the number you don't say out loud. $380. She paid it, got her keys, and drove home. It wasn't until she pulled onto her own street that she noticed what hadn't happened. No spiral, no 11 p.m. spreadsheet, no moving numbers between columns like furniture in a room that's too small. 7.5 bricks came off a wall that was holding 4 months' worth. The wall just absorbed it. Here's what a percentage plan does in that exact moment. It misses its monthly target and dies of shame, because the whole plan was staked on hitting a number. That situation calls for a different, harder conversation. A raise, a rate increase, additional hours, a second income stream. Pretending a savings habit can fix an income gap is exactly the kind of advice this channel refuses to give you. The $50 rule works brilliantly for the Henry who has income but no margin. It was never designed to manufacture margin that genuinely isn't there. This week, find your real stripped survival number, the honest one, not the comfortable one. Divide it by 50. Write the brick count down exactly once, then put the paper away. You are not allowed to look at it again. That's the ceiling, working before you've even started. Then set up the automated $50 transfer before your next payday hits. This month, build your conversion list. Every subscription you finally cancel, every small windfall, every bit of overtime has a standing destination within 24 hours, no exceptions. While you're at it, confirm your bricks are sitting in a high-yield savings account, paying somewhere around 4% in 2026, not a checking account earning nothing. A finished wall should eventually start laying a few of its own bricks every year, without you. This quarter, audit exactly one thing, and only one thing. Did the automation run every single payday? And did every windfall convert within its 24-hour? One more time. 7:14 on a Wednesday morning, a parking lot, a woman moves $50 in silence and tells no one. Now you know exactly what you're looking at. Not a transfer, a tile, set level and true, with acres of finished floor behind it and a number she almost never thinks about, somewhere far ahead. Somewhere across the office, her coworker Derek is drafting restart attempt number 4, chasing the same impressive $1,000 a month number that broke him 3 times already. Same paycheck bracket, one rule between them. You don't save a year, you lay a brick. And the best possible morning to lay your first one is the one you wake up to right after this video ends. Subscribe to the channel. Every week, I break down the math and the psychology behind money, the parts that actually make a plan survive your real life instead of just your best month. Next video, exactly where a wall like this should live and how it eventually starts building itself. I'll see you there.